Other news, a grieving mom is speaking out only on 3 after her son was killed at the Tennessee Community Counseling Service Center last April.
She tells Local 3's Xavier Harris he feared for his life 10 days before he was killed. And tonight we have surveillance video showing the shooting. But we want to warn you, the video you're about to see could be difficult to watch.
It's a pain Lakeisha Davis says no mother wants to feel.
My son's blood is on their hand. We tried to prevent this.
Davis says her 27-year-old son, Johnny McNabb, was shot and killed at the Tennessee Community Counseling Service and DUI Center on April 26th.
It put me in a deep depression. Deep depression.
A depression Davis says she had to pull herself out of to get answers. 3 people were arrested in connection to McNabb's death: Tempari Upshaw, Jadarius Conyers, and Cominique Jones. Chattanooga police say McNabb was targeted outside of the counseling center. Davis provided us with this surveillance video that shows McNabb sprinting into the center after being shot. Davis says this all started with an argument.
Well, him and the boy had past exchange words at this class. So I tell my son, since they do have a history, I tell my son, well, you know what, you need to go in there and tell them they need to switch your class.
Because it was a court-ordered class pertaining to McNabb's domestic assault charges, he had to go in front of a judge to make the request to change classes.
His lawyer went to the judge. Can y'all please change his class? Courtroom 3, Larry Abels. He denied it as well.
His only options were to take the class or go to jail. Davis says McNabb had no other choice but to continue the classes. And just 10 days later, he was killed. Now his grieving mother is trying to figure out why those classes couldn't be changed.
What it would have took for them to switch my son's class? What, 5 minutes? 10 minutes? If that could potentially save a life?
We went to the counseling center to ask those questions, and Chief Executive Officer Kelly Mullins said they never knew McNabb had any issues with anyone in the class. She said if they were aware of the issue, they could have moved him or even allowed him to take the course on Zoom.
That right there makes me so frustrated. So if you can't come to people who take an oath to try to help you protect yourself, who do you go to then?
We also went to the General Sessions Court to speak with Judge Larry Abels. Initially, I was given the notes of the court appearance that stated McNabb was doing well and no action was taken. We also asked about McNabb's request. During the court appearance, did Mr. McNabb ask Judge Larry Abels if he could get the locations moved? Judge Abels' secretary says while the judge remembers his name, he could not remember the details of the court appearance and what was decided.
When I reached out to my son's attorney after my son was killed, I asked her, what reason did they give to deny it? And she didn't understand why.
We reached out to the public defender, Elizabeth Smith, who represented McNabb during his domestic assault hearing, to confirm if McNabb's request to change classes were denied, but we could not get in touch with her on the phone or at her office. We also spoke with a personal injury attorney, Robert Friedman, who worked with the McNabb family on a lawsuit in connection to this case. The lawsuit was never filed due to the lack of evidence. However, he said he spoke with Smith about the April 16th court appearance.
The judge said no to relocating him to a new counseling center. I confirmed that with Ms. Schmidt, and that she said that that hearing did in fact take place and that they could not move him to any other location.
Reporting in Hamilton County, I'm Xavier Harris, Local 3 News.